Today we are going to perform implementation of OwnCloud service on Ubuntu Server 18.0.1 LTS long-term support. So in previous exercise we have implemented the basic infrastructure. We installed Ubuntu Server virtual machine with two network interface cards, one configured with NAT by which we use to connect to the internet, and the second was configured by using the VirtualBox internal networking mode. And now we are going to use only one of previously implemented two virtual machines. And this machine we are going to implement OwnCloud service. OwnCloud, did we talk about OwnCloud? Okay, OwnCloud belongs to the category of software as a service. It's similar like the Dropbox service. So OwnCloud enables us to share and to access our files and data from anywhere basically. So very similar like Dropbox and Microsoft's OneDrive and Google Drive and similar services. It's open source software, so it's completely free to use, and we can use it in unlimited fashion. So once we implement this OwnCloud service, we may use it like for the whole lifetime. And also I want to point out that in this exercise we are going to implement this service on our Linux virtual machine. And then if we want to make this service public, so publicly available from the internet, we should use additional port forwarding rules to connect our home router or corporate router with this virtual machine that hosts OwnCloud service. And for that purpose, if we want to use this OwnCloud service from the internet, we should implement some kind of SSL, secure socket layer certificate. So to make the use of HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure connection via the port 443. But in this exercise we are not going to do this. You know why? Because we would have to obtain SSL certificate to buy it from the CA, Certification Authority. So if you want to use this machine that we are about to implement and configure in the real world environment, so from the internet, you should obtain SSL certificate, and you will be able just to import certificate into this configuration, and in this way you will be able to use this machine from the internet. Okay, so here is my machine that we have configured during the previous exercises, and now I'm going to connect to it via the SSH. So as you remember, in the previous exercise I have installed Bitwise SSH client. So by taking advantage of basic port forwarding rules, we are able to connect to our machine by using the local loop address, that's 127.0.0.1, and by using this designated port 1313. We configure this port in the port forwarding settings of our VirtualBox environment. So I'm just going to click on login, and I'm going to use the password. Okay. Please tell me, is the font large enough for you to see? So what is this OwnCloud service? OwnCloud service is a three-tier web application. So it means that in the background it uses some kind of database management server. Then it means that it uses some kind of backend script language, such as PHP, and also it provides some kind of presentation tier or layer in the form by using the HTML and cascading style sheets technology. Okay, so it means that before we actually implement the OwnCloud service, first we have to implement so-called basic infrastructure services that are necessary for OwnCloud to function. First, we are going to implement the Apache-2 web server because it's web-based app. So we did not do it on this Ubuntu. We did it on CentOS, like I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. After we install the Apache-2 web server, we will install the MySQL relational database management system. After that, we will install additional PHP modules because it uses PHP and also it requires some additional PHP modules. And finally, we are going to test. Finally, we are going to retrieve the installation of OwnCloud service from the internet uniform resource locator address, and then as the last step we are going to actually implement the OwnCloud service and to create a sample user account and to do all, you know, to go through all functions of the OwnCloud service. Okay, so but first things first. Okay,
did we start cloud machine or regular?
A regular machine, because for this exercise we are going to use just this one machine. Okay, before we start, please make sure that your Linux machine is updated and upgraded to the latest version of software. So please type sudo apt-get first upgrade. Okay, we know that we must use all commands from the administrator context, so we are going to use sudo in all commands. Okay. Why? Yes.
What's the command?
Sudo. I'm going to write here. So sudo apt-get upgrade. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause this video and we'll take a break because it's break time. Since this will require about 10 minutes. Okay, just I will make sure that, you know, since new packages are being installed. Okay, and so this basic Linux keyboard configuration manager is being triggered. So it's basically happens every time when some new packages are installed. It's completely normal. David has experience with this. Yes. Okay, that. Okay, so I still have to wait till the updates are being retrieved, fetched from the server. Do you have any questions related to the midterm exam?
No.
Was there okay. It says that SSH service has new libraries, but it works, you see, because I didn't restart it. Is there a lot of material in presentations? Too much?
It's readable, so.
It's readable, yes, but too much. Okay.
Because I wasn't actually ready, so.
Okay. Did you finish?
More than enough.
It is
more than enough.
More than enough. Okay. We'll see about the second midterm. Okay, we'll start with the cloud technologies and we'll see where we are going to get. Okay. And as soon as you register to this new AWS classroom, we'll start with AWS services. Tomorrow we'll do a theory and we'll start with the Git. And Sarah, you're for Wednesday. That's how we were talking about. So you finished with this?
Yeah, just realized something now that 19 was not even turned on.
Okay. I still have to wait for this to finish. Okay, we have time. We have like almost 3 more classes to go, so we'll finish everything. You've seen in those presentations 5 and 6 that there are a lot of enumerations, like pros and cons of all those models, etc.
We didn't do 6.
We didn't do 6.
Hmm?
We didn't do 6.
6 is not for the mid-track.
Only first 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, but the final presentations is deployment models. Yes.
Yeah.
6, so 6 and 7 are like this technology presentations.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the last one was cloud services deployment models.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I didn't give you the questions from the 6 or something. Okay, it's good. Yes. So have you seen in presentations then 4 and 5? There are a lot of enumerations. Yes, but you don't have to learn all of that. You know why? Because they're logical. You just have to memorize the basics. Sarah, did you try to learn?
Yeah, I went through it once, but I started too late and everything got mixed up. Because I didn't have time to start on time, so I started like 2 days ago, and I went through all of it and I was like,
Yes, it cannot be done in 2
I need
days.
to
Yes.
separate it more smartly in order to remember everything actually.
Yes, you need at least 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna prepare it for the second one.
Okay. So when you prepare for the second one, you may do at the same time the first one. Okay, good. Okay.
Like the amount of presentations is not a problem if I start on time.
Yeah.
But if I start 2 days before,
Yes, it's not hard material. It's
just like
many things are repeating.
yeah.
Yes, because it's similar. Okay.
Also, compared to other subjects, some things are repeating as well.
Yes.
So, some terms and some
Yes, because the cloud computing encompasses almost all other domains.
Yeah.
That's why it's repeated, yes. Oh, I'm still waiting for this. Internet connection is not so good, I suppose. I suppose that everyone is going to come for the midterm. Still waiting, sorry. David, your presentation is for Wednesday also?
Friday.
Friday, okay, yes. Okay, I have written everything down. So. Okay, so I'm still waiting, I apologize. I need to pause this, and then we will talk. I'm going to execute also the update, sudo apt-get update. David, what is the difference between the update and the upgrade?
Update, you get those new. When you upgrade, you get all those new files. Then updates, you update your computer.
With upgrade,
update checks for new versions of all of the packages, and then upgrade actually downloads the update.
Yes.
I think you should update and then upgrade.
Yes, but I did it in reverse order on purpose because it's old operating system.
Yeah.
It's old because the most current version it's the latest long-term support. Okay, However, in such cases, when I gave you this image was released 2 years ago. That's why I first did upgrade and then update. So basically, update just updates the list of repositories, while upgrade actually downloads installation packages and everything. Okay, good. So first thing that we have to do is to install the apache-2 web server. So just type simple command sudo apt-get install apache-2. Like in the case of CentOS, what we did. So let's wait. It's only 6 megabytes. It's not so much. Georgi, are you following?
Yeah. I was in opposite direction. I mean, I first did update and then update.
Okay. It doesn't matter in so much.
No, you should do the upgrade again.
You know why I did, Sarah, the upgrade? Because a new library for package management of Ubuntu Server. I wanted to install first the new library for package management of this Ubuntu Server, and then by using this new library, we are able to fetch all these new sources. That's why in this case. But as Sarah said, logical order is update and then upgrade. Okay. Have you installed the Apache 2?
Do I need to restart services in package upgrades without asking?
No. Oh, you still haven't finished this.
No. Looks like I canceled the installation.
Aha, okay.
No. No worries.
No. So it's being executed, yes?
Services to restart to make them use the new libraries SSH. Yeah.
No.
But I click no, but I have to.
No, and to take it somewhere else, you just click OK.
Okay, yes.
With this,
Yeah, okay.
Okay, just okay, that's it. Don't worry. Yes, okay. So now we should wait for Georgia to finish. We're going slow, but we have time, okay? Because I want all of you to do all the steps. That's why. Okay. Georgia, is it going? Yeah?
it's going. Very fast.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to pause this again to wait for Georgia to finish. I'm going to do one more thing. Okay then. So, when we install the Apache 2, what do we have to do first? We have to enable access to the Apache 2 web server from the host machine. How do we do this? By using the port forwarding rules again. So what is the basic port for Apache? Like regular HTTP, it's port 80. Okay, 80. However,
And which one is 440?
443.
443.
It's for HTTPS, HTTP secure, that uses SSL certificate. However, this basic Apache 2 installation comes without any secure certificate like SSH, like SSL. So in this case, we're going to use just port 80. However, as I told you, when we actually set up this server for the production environment, so in order to be accessed from the internet, we should use some kind of secure certificate. And this certificate we should buy from the CA, Certification Authority. Okay. However, this time we are not going to do this. We're going to use just plain HTTP. So let's go to our VirtualBox console, please. Like this, and right click the settings and go to network. So as you see, we have two network adapters. We have second, which is internal, and the first, which is NAT. Hi, Martina, please come in. You have your Linux machine and everything?
No. I don't possess one.
Aha, you don't? Okay, so take this laptop, please, and Georgia will give you the image, okay? Okay. So, let's go here to adapter 1. So basically, you see, with this adapter 2, this option for port forwarding is gray out. Why? Why is it so?
Because it's not connected to the internet.
It's not connected to the outside network, because we said that this internal adapter, internal network, is attached only to this virtual switch, and we named this switch, so we basically use the default name for this switch is INT-NET. So that's why this option is gray out. Okay, so let's go to this adapter 1 and click on this port forwarding, and let's please add another role. I'm going to add another role. I'm going to name this role like apache-2 access. And so again, we are actually targeting the local UBEC address, which is the address of our NAT device. It's 127.0.0.1. And now we should choose the port number. So any port above 1024 will be good for this purpose. Why? Why above 1024?
The rest below are already reserved.
The rest below are reserved for the well-known services. And these ports are known in the literature as well-known or reserved ports or ephemeral ports, because they are used by the well-known services. However, in practice, we may use these ports, it will work. But if we put this server in production environment, when someone targets well-known port, it will accept some kind of other service. For example, if you use like port 110, and if we implement this server in the production environment, the users will expect that the port 110 is used for the post office protocol. Okay, that's why it's better to use the ports that are greater than 1024. And also, I want to point out that also some other ports that are greater than 1024 are also reserved. For example, port 8080. What is this port used for in most cases? It's like, Sarah? 8080.
The local host, I think.
8080, no. 8080 is a backup HTTP port.
Oh.
For example, if on one machine we have 2 web servers installed, it's like a usual situation. We have a Tomcat and Apache on the same machine. Then for one web server we will use like port 80, and for the second web server we will use port 8080. And there is also there are also many examples. For example, SQL database. Which port does the MySQL database management system uses by default? Do you know? 3306. Does it sound familiar?
Yeah.
And also there is a port 3389. 3389.
Close.
Close
crowd.
I don't know. This port is used by Microsoft's remote desktop services. You know, when we go like to Microsoft remote desktop connection, you're familiar with this? You're not. Okay, it uses port 3389. Okay, so you should be familiar with these well-known ports, definitely, and you should have known this from the computer networks course. Okay, so there are like 40 ports that belong to this well-known group category. Okay, so in order to access our Apache-2 web server from the outside, from the local host in this case, we are going to use some port which is above the value of 1024. I'm going to use, for example, just 5555, but you may choose whatever port you prefer. So what happens here? It happens that when we target this NAT box with local loop back address of 127.0.1 and the port 5555, we are actually being redirected to the guest IP 10.0.2.15 because we set, okay, Sarah, you wasn't here, but we were explaining all these things. So by using the NAT VirtualBox networking mode, all virtual machines have IP address of 10.0.2.50. But in this case, we are going to target the local port on virtual machine 80, which is the default HTTP port used for accessing our web server. Okay? Sarah? Okay, click OK, and then again OK. And now we are going to test connection to our web server from the host machine. So let's just open the browser. And we're going to type 127.0.0.1, for example, and then colon. Then we specify this designated port 5555, and it works. Here is our Apache web server. We need this, you know why? Because in the later steps, we would like to access our OwnCloud services from this host machine in this way. That's why we use this connection. So these port forwarding rules are very important. You know what you can do? For example, when we implement our OwnCloud services, you may do it at your home machine if you have like desktop machine. And then you may implement port forwarding rules on your home router, like in this case. So in this case, we are accessing service on virtual machine from our host machine.
Okay.
And on the high level, you may access, for example, OwnCloud service that is installed on your desktop machine from the internet.
Yeah.
So we're just going one level above. That would be interesting. In this way, you may host at your home also WordPress site and all other things.
Yeah, I use port forward to host game servers.
Game servers, yes, of course.
Okay, stuff like that.
Yes, and which port did you use for that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay, depends on the server. Huh?
265. I think it's 2265 or something.
2265. I'm not familiar with that, really. Because like if you like play Counter-Strike or something, it has its own port. If you play some other...
Different for depending on the game.
Yes, it depends on the game, yes. And for which purpose did you do this?
Oh, me and my friends wanted to.
Okay, nice. Nice. So it's very useful feature. Okay. So Georgi, how is it going?
Oh, bad.
Bad, why?
It doesn't work. The ports are running.
Okay, I'm going to check it. I'm going to post this. Installed Apache 2 web server, and that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. Now we have to tweak some options in the Apache 2 web server. If you like, I may just expand the fonts a little bit. I hope this is fine. Okay, so first we should do something called symbolic links. And we would like to enable so-called directory listing feature. What does it mean? It means that when we start using OwnCloud, we would like to be able to browse directories, to create different directories, to store files and so on. So in order to enable this, we must enable directory listing within the Apache 2 web server. It means that the Apache will allow that users list the content of the services that are installed within this Apache 2 environment. Okay, so it's a very important feature to do. So let's type the following: sudo. I'm going to use the set command. as to filter some streams, but you don't have to memorize all of this. There is instruction on the internet. And then under quotes, we'll put /s/options, but please make sure that you don't make any single mistake. And it's case sensitive. Then indexes with capital I, and then follow symbolic links, follow sim links, then again /options, space, follow again symbolic links, and then we should specify the location of Apache-2 configuration file. It's /atc. Do you see? It's /atc/ apache2 / apache2.conf. And I hope I did not make any mistake. Please make sure that you typed every letter correctly, paying attention on lower and uppercase letters. Strakinja, did you reset?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh.
I just want you to...
Okay. So I'm going to hit enter.
It says some unknown command with the capital O over there.
Aha.
Maybe it should be a small font.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Just let me check. Aha. Oh, sorry. You know what I did? I made this. Okay, I made a mistake. I apologize. No, because I specify like / before S. Oh. I'm going to pause and I'm going to try. My second mistake I made is that I omitted to put this / at the end. Okay, so make sure that you enter this /. Okay. Okay, it should work now. I really apologize. I did this a lot of times and okay, so please do it as we go. So Intel virtualization technology under configuration, it should be enabled. Now it should work very good. Okay. Yes. And then good. So now please start your virtual machine and okay, David, may I ask you something?
Yes.
During your break, it's okay with you. Just show Strakinja what we did. So just Strakinja should just install the Apache-2 web server, and the Strakinja should execute this command and to establish a port forward.
What if I just clone my machine and just clone the current one and just give it to him so he doesn't have to do all of these?
Okay, it's fine. Okay, David will clone the machine, but
I need to change my password, yeah.
Okay. Last time David didn't change his password and then but you may change on his machine. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so we're taking a break and then Strakinja. So the last thing we did is that we enabled this directory listing along with the symbolic links, and now we have to stop the Apache-2 service. In order for these settings to apply, type sudo stop apache2.service. Sorry, sudo, yes, sudo systemctl. Okay, stop apache2.service. Okay, and now we want to start it again. So sudo systemctl start Apache-2 service. We could simply restart it. However, I think it's better for the practice. And there is one more thing that we want to make sure. We are developing this service as it is going to be in a like real production environment. So what do we want? We want that every time this computer boots up, that this service is started automatically. So we just want to execute the command enable. Okay, so sudo systemctl enable apache2.service. Good.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Job for apache-2 service failed because the control process is exited with error code.
Okay, let me check. It could be anything. But we need to restore the series. Okay. Let me check, does it work? Wi-Fi. It doesn't work. Why? Let's. Okay, first. Okay, I'm going to just restart the machine. Okay, and we'll see. Now try again. Okay, it doesn't work. I don't know. It works in your case. After you commented everything. Okay, Sarah, Strakia, it works. Yeah.
Shoot.
Does Apache 2 works?
No.
No?
I'm gonna restart again.
Okay, it works. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Messed up.
After you perform this, it doesn't work, no?
no. I have to restart.
Aha, after the restart, it doesn't work.
It worked before.
But it worked after you execute this set
Yeah,
command.
yeah.
Okay, please turn off and turn on the
Okay.
machine again. Okay.
Maybe you have to restart because I restarted mine.
Total service, yes. Sudo systemctl start project service service. Oof. I'm going to just rotate it to this. But it worked. What happened?
Okay.
It works, Sarah.
No, but I found the error.
What was the error?
When we mistyped the symlinks before, it kept the configuration. So we have to delete the.
Aha, the symlinks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but
No, he could not keep configuration because you delete configuration file. What did you do, Sarah?
I'm gonna see now.
Okay,
Just start with the C.
CTR. Okay. Again. Okay, I'm going to see. So, okay. Oh, Georgie, we did a lot of things. Okay, so, okay, we'll take virtual appliance machine from the Strakina. Oh. Something is messed up.
Okay.
David, it works in your case, yeah?
Yes.
Sarah, now it works?
Oh, I'm trying to change it. It says the
You want me to export my machine and use
no,
it?
no. Can you tell me from the Apache default runtime directory? That's
Word.
Okay, let's check it. But it worked. It's very strange.
oh, okay.
Oh, again, why? Okay, let's see if it works in my case. Let's see. Let's see. It should work. It should work.
Let's see. I have an error here.
It works. It works perfectly fine in my case. But what, Georgia, did you do something? Huh? Nothing. It's so strange. Okay, let's check it.
Maybe go through everything else and I will copy something.
You can export my current machine if you want.
Where is your current machine?
It's on his USB.
Can you import this? Okay, that's the most easiest, yes. Okay. Because we could troubleshoot it's with Linux. It's very strange. What happens here?
I get this I'm trying to see it.
But it
Oh,
what did you do?
nothing.
Nothing. So
Maybe which one?
in this troubleshooting
Not the
sources it will really annoying. Okay, just wait for a couple of minutes and we really have to continue.
Okay.
Okay, please import this machine, that's it. Okay,
My machines are.
David, you're replicating.
Bring life.
Okay, so George,
I am useless because I'm blind. I didn't bring my glasses.
okay, I'm recording everything so you may watch it. Okay, okay.
I mean, I'll close this because I don't see it now.
Did you prepare the meeting too?
Kinda.
Kind of.
I don't know everything, but I know almost enough.
Almost. Okay. Good. Sarah, did you?
I restarted.
Troubleshoot? Yeah, it's Linux.
I think it's running.
No, it's not. What happened? Did you try to remove Apache 2 and to install it again?
No.
Oh no, syntax error.
Yeah, but I entered it and I checked with David, the line is the same.
Eight. Ah, please. Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was.
This one.
Yeah.
Try just to comment this. Ah, it's here. It still doesn't work.
I'll figure it out. You can go on.
Okay, please.
Where you could export the machine.
Okay.
That's not the issue.
Okay, I'm going to execute a couple more commands, then I will leave it on the screen so you can type, okay? Strahin, you're good?
Yeah, that's
Okay, good. So we have just installed Apache 2. And now the second thing that we must install is the database client as well as the database server, because OwnCloud services will use some kind of database in the background. And it's MariaDB, Maria Database Server. So let's type, okay, I'm going to start recording again. Oh, it's record, okay, okay, it doesn't matter. Sudo apt-get install MariaDB. This DB server works the best with OwnCloud services, that's why we are using it. And MariaDB client, and we're going to use -y switch. It's 24 megabytes. So after that we will have, did you type?
No.
No. Okay, I'm going to type here in the notepad so you can see sudo apt-get install MariaDB-server and MariaDB-client and -y. So type this, please. Okay, please let me know when this is finished. Okay, Georgi, I'm going to leave all these comments in the notepad, so, okay? I'm going to maximize the window so you can see.
Unable to locate package.
MariaDB server. I suppose that you mistyped something. Oh, here. It's with A. I made mistake, sorry. Sarah, did you try to remove this?
Yeah, I reinstalled it. Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can like go with the further steps and then
Yeah.
we'll come back to this, yes.
Done.
Okay, did you finish?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to clear the screen. And again, I'm going to CTL, I'm going first to stop. Okay, we can restart, but it's better to stop it and then to start it again.
Why do we stop it and start it again?
You know why? Because probably in some cases, after the installation, because it's open source software, and there are a lot of dependencies.
Okay.
So in some cases, the system could be corrupted. So it's like the safest way to do it. In the case of open source software, definitely, because if we like stop it and start it, we'll see if there is some dependency issues.
Okay.
You'll see, because we would get error message or something. So it's like precaution. It's like You know who said it? That Linus Torvalds said that. Also that because when you install new software, despite of the issues, the software may run, because when it is being installed, it is being executed in the like kernel mode security context. It's like the mode with the highest privileges, even higher than the root user privileges. And then when we, for example, from the root user privileges first stop and start this service, we will see if there are some dependency issues that are not resolved. Because when the software is in the kernel mode, it will start. Nevertheless, there are not some dependency issues. So that's more precaution. Okay. And finally, we want to enable this service to start upon the boot of the machine. systemctl enable mariadb.service. Okay, so this default MySQL server installation. So if we type, for example, MySQL, it will say user denied. Okay, but if you say like this, sudo MySQL minus user root minus password, we can connect to MariaDB, and default username is root with no password, and now we are connected. Okay. However, as you know, due to security risks and concerns, it is a very bad practice to use the root account without the password. Okay, it's very bad practice. And also, by default, when every instance of MySQL implementation is installed, there is also something called the test database, which is simply used for testing purposes. And this database should be removed, again due to security concerns. Moreover, when a new installation of MySQL service is performed, there are also anonymous users. You know who are anonymous users? These are users that can access this database server from the internet. And also it is very good practice to remove these anonymous users. And finally, there is one last step that should be performed due to security reasons. And this step refers to disabling the possibility the root user is able to log in to the database server from the remote location. So via the public internet. So basically, it should be done like that. If root user wants to change some data in the database, first the root user should use the VPN technology and to connect to the local network where is the MySQL server, and then after the root user performed the VPN connection to the local area network, then after that the root user should connect to MySQL server. So it means that we should disable the ability for the root user to log in from remote location to our database server. Okay, so we could do it like in many steps. Fortunately, there is a script available that comes with MySQL Server. It's called MySQL Secure Installation. And this script guides us through all these steps in order to enhance the security of the database management system itself. So let's execute this script. Sarah, are you following? Because yes, okay, you can do it. Okay, I'm going to exit this console. And Georgi?
I'm so far away.
Far away. Okay, I'm going to type everything here. Okay, so just type sudo mysql secure underscore installation. This is a script. Okay, first enter current password for the root user. So by default, MySQL ships with the user with the username of root without a password. Do we want to set up the root password? Of course, yes. Okay, please type and memorize the new password. So please memorize this password. Okay, now this script asks us whether we want to remove anonymous users access. Of course, yes. Do we want to disallow root login remotely? Of course, yes. Is the best practice. And remove test database? Yes. Reload privileges? Yes. And that's it. So every time you perform installation of MySQL server in production environment, so not in some kind of testing environment, you should run this script, definitely, due to these reasons. Okay.
Happened when
You made a mistake, yeah. So just like this, I'm going to type here because of MySQL. Oh yeah. So MySQL secure installation. Okay, so Strahinja, you're following?
Yeah.
I'm going to clear the screen. And one more time, I'm going to restart the MariaDB service. So sudo systemctl restart MariaDB service. Okay, good. And now all these settings should apply. Okay.
I cannot enter new password. Doesn't, when I type it, nothing happens.
Okay, let me check.
You can't see the password. You need to like type it.
Yes, type it in enter. Yes, you cannot see it. Yes, that's also. You know why is this? Okay, re-enter new password. Okay.
So do you have some issues whereby your Wi-Fi just disconnect? You can't see.
Okay. Again, the same password.
You know my Wi-Fi?
Okay. Yes.
No,
Yeah. You know why when you type a password you cannot see it? To prevent some kind of social engineering attack, which is called in the literature shoulder surfing. You know, when someone watches over your shoulders, what you're typing. So beware of this. Okay? And you did it.
I can install some problem.
And you tell again for this.
Yeah.
With this new link,
I was trying to
It's fine.
first to rename the username and because I was a kid machine.
okay, so
Later.
okay, maybe during the break, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the notepad with comments, okay? Step by step. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so now something similar you should do for your final project, okay? But with some other service. Okay, now we are about to undergo the step where we want to install the additional PHP modules and libraries. And I know this because I've looked at tutorials, of course. So that's how you're going to do for your final project as well. So there are a lot of modules to be installed, so please do not make typos. I paste everything. So first, let's install new software repository. So sudo apt-get install software hyphen properties hyphen common hyphen y okay, it's fine on my system because we did upgrade, but please execute it. I'm going to paste here for and then we have to add one Russian repository for this software to work with add apt repository command. So we are going to type sudo add apt repository, it's ppa colon Andrei /php okay, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to show you again this command. I'm going to hit enter because it says that there is a repository that is unknown to the Linux community. So are we sure we want to add it? So just type, if you didn't type, sudo add apt repository ppa colon Andrei /php. That's the name of the repository. And finally, after we edit repository, we have to update repository by executing this command. So Georgia, later on you will look at this and execute. Okay. I'm going to clear the screen and sudo apt-get update. Are we good?
What was Andrei /?
PHP. Okay, I'm going to wait. And after that, update, please. Okay. Please let me know when we can continue.
Keyboard interrupt.
So Georgia, do this during the break, please. Okay, thank you. And now comes the boring part, a lot of typing. We will have to install a lot of additional PHP libraries, about 30 libraries. And for each library, we should specify the name. Can we continue?
Yeah.
So I'm going to type it like not a single command, but in more commands, and we'll finish after the break. So sudo apt-get install. And now we should specify all the libraries. So first is PHP 7.1. It's like the newest version of the PHP. Second is lib apache-2-mod-php 7.1 again, sorry. Then here is a PHP 7.1 command. There is PHP 7.1 and master boot string. So we simply enlist all the libraries, and there is PHP 7.1 hyphen XML RPC remote procedure call. Okay, that's enough for one command. And then we'll continue. We have a lot more to cover. Okay. Okay, I'm going to copy this, put in this notepad. So RPC was the last one.
We're missing C.
Oh no. RPC. Okay, thank you. Please install it, and I will paste it here for Georgia. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it will take a lot of time, like 3 minutes, so we'll take a break, and after the break we'll finish with this installation of modules and everything. And so Georgia, do it, please. Huh?
No, start.
Yes, because now we're going to have a break and... Okay. Strahinje, is it good?
I don't know, it loaded awfully fast.
Oh no. Oh, you didn't type it, but so please, you made a type because so everything good. Okay.
Yes.
Good. This AWS is excellent. A lot of materials I told you about certificates. We are going to go through the platform. I suppose that within like 10 hours you will get a registration link on your email.
Okay.
But please log in, okay, because we're waiting for this, please try to log into your AWS account and go to account and settings, and there must be option to remove account. So if you can, please do it. And then when you click on link, you will create the new account with the same email address as username. Okay? So see you in 10 minutes, okay? Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay. So this exercise is important because it's how you're going to do the final project, okay? With some other service. Okay.
Still not connecting to the internet.
This machine?
My own machine.
Ah, your own machine. Why?
I don't know. Sarah, help! Please. I restarted it and now it's not working again.
No, without your phone.
Maybe that's your phone?
Structuring on airplane mode. And what about from there? Did you restart your PC?
Yes.
So
I restarted it. It was showing. Then it just went off.
Не оснагите.
Георгия, що така и си поставя, Георгия? Ще налево изписва.
Не, моето ще остави. Ево ти.
Vidi, jelo.
Restart it again.
Like a LAN cable here?
Vidi ga Georgije sve smazao, brazilan čas, bez sramite. Ima 8 bars, mogu se podeliti, čovječe, šta, svakom pod 2. O jebote, koliko ima.
Najcrnije, on je stvarno pregodio taj od 4.
Dobro, to bi bilo. Se tiče. Gdje se upisno primjeno rakinosti. David?
Da.
Aj nađi test. Nađi test. Find the test.
Do you have for the
meeting today?
Oh, no.
why?
You're afraid of cheating? Come on, you know the programming skills. You can easily check the files to see where the meeting is.
Ajde, pošalji se.
Šta ti?
Nemam internet, trebam internet.
I ti, znaš, treba.
Nemam, potroši se. Ne pošli poruke.
Da budeš dobro da ne spustiš pa ne znam već. Da ti dam prošli.
Mašine mislim da ti gleda.
Imam samo 150 giga.
Nemoj, brate, istrošiti.
Znate ti da.
Čekaj, zvani.
Jebote, ne, poruku pošaljem, šalje mi se poruku 46 minuta. To je
Onaj pravi resetuješ. Pošto nisi na netu, pa možda dobro, nešto ne znaš.
Koji si ti, bre?
Android app.
Jesi zato?
Turn it off. But I couldn't find the network cable.
Nema.
Nema ništa.
Joj.
Turn it on now, and
Jaj, boj, što si radi?
hope everything
Na
works.
ništa, nego sam se
Go
smijao.
to the
Gledaj ovo.
CLI from here, right? You need to
Aha, možeš se uči.
manage connection.
Oc.
Yeah, my
Ne,
password.
to drugo.
Okay, this is really secret, okay? Yeah, thanks.
Like no
Wait,
offense,
wait.
I don't
Kao da
have
sam
anything
upoznani
to
stavim
value
muziku.
on your computer.
No. The password is quite special.
Dobre. On je skoro svaki jedan kod mene, svaki put piju. A bi bio.
So,
Komšice
But
nisu.
you connected.
no, it's really pseudo.
Ovo je bilo
Jesus
prenarodne.
Christ.
Yeah.
Ali ovo meni najviše.
Yeah, but it's.
No killa.
I'm connected for now.
Did you update your...
I'm updating right now. Update.
Da.
Šta? Ja lično. Šta dajte to? Šta radite?
Not NVIDIA.
Vidi mi komšu ispod mene.
NVIDIA is not your network adapter.
No killa.
How do I update my network?
A brat liči, znaš što je vrlo ladan onaj brat sa hladnjačom što vozi. Isti
Da,
opet
da,
ima
da.
tako isto, sve jedan kroz jedan.
Kamenče, ja?
Da bre. Isti.
Koji?
Isti znaš ono facu, oči, sve. Ovo je gledam, ne kuži, kad vidiš. Pa ne liči da kad stavi kapicu.
Koje pričaš?
A ne znam, je baš što vozi hladnjača, ono što ga bio onaj policajac.
Na kamionđiju.
Ono miče šabac.
Ne,
Tako Georgije, da? A? Vidi, ovo ti najče sve.
LSPCI. No. You know LSHW?
HW.
No,
ne znam, jesu to
LSHW.
Bluetooth ili neki sekund.
LSHW.
Ovo što
Space. IPC. No, space.
gledaj sad,
IPC.
viš kakav brat.
Network.
Pa on uzde zvučnik i pa peva na zvučnicima. Kakav brat. Kako si se smeje to već što nije dobro. Znači samo naš čepno, nada se koji ćeš da snima.
Pa da ćeš i brate na kolog. Pa ko će da se cima za predavan?
Ja imam prezentaciju pa se zatistim, a da sam se neću da odradim na početku.
Imaš 16?
16?
Ubuntu 16.
No, 18 point something.
I think this is R8168.
Single
Jo,
18
brat.
Kaže mi Alex dolazi, evo, nema.
Kad direkt?
Malo pre.
Šta bre s njim, evo te zove ga nikad nisam ja.
Tako je sve na faksu, kaže.
Should be there, yes.
One newly installed server move, 10 not upgraded, so it's gonna install something.
But it works now, so I understand what's the problem.
It usually works for a while and it just goes off the middle of itself.
Posto naravno čovjek pored onih komšije, svaki dan nešto novo me šalje. Slušaj ovo.
Vidite se na prvo gledaj.
Ne, ono ne slušam, ono srpski to,
It's
nego kad ću početi sa njima ono pijat sve i svašta, svaku testu.
Da si rekao, samo vidi se da si...
Na prvo.
So restart the computer.
No, why?
Dobro, zna sve. Na svaki kraj ne. Djeko.
Thank you.
Moja dobro.
Nisu pusti došli kod mene. Dođi ti kod mene i od tebe napravimo čoveka. Neću da batim.
Sve na svetu može da se desi, samo da ja kada slušam vašu muziku ne znam.
Šta?
Dizajn, kamo je bilo?
OwnCloud user. A ne, bože, izvini, David promenio user. Ne može.
Stani, OwnCloud
User.
user. Singidunu.
Georgije, da vidim koliko sam stavio, da vidite ponovno.
Aha, okej.
Ti već on imaš...
Evo minus 1.75, minus 1.5.
Jebem ti, ne mogu da...
Pa vidiš nešto?
Znaš kako ono...
Tunnel vision, brat.
Jesi ti kucao?
Stani, mogu se drugo.
Jesam, on je
A, stani.
I mi se pomeraju samo zenice. To mi samo reci.
Ne znam dok stigu.
Stigao sam s shit kaže do pa Andreja.
Znaš kako ne mogu da se ono...
Zenice, se fokusiraju i pomeraju na osnovu svetlosti.
A sad hoće.
Pa sad je u
Supije, tako da ne, ako stojiš naočar neći. Ako se fokusiraš neći ti
Ja
se
nisam...
brojati zenice.
Ne znam od čega. Vjerujem, ne znam od čega.
Georgije, ti si bre stvarno slepio, bok živo.
Da, znao sam dok nisam htio da kažem.
Znam sam, mislim moram da mi kažem.
Ovo je, ne daj Bože. Idi bre ono lasim što posjeću tamo ovako se. Ko beke posle kuća, robi Ubuntu Server za raki zapravo.
Što, brate, ja brać na lasu, to mi treba.
Ne.
Baš naočar treba ti, prijatelj.
Jednostavno kad ne moram, mislim, ja i sad vidim, samo mi se malo muti. Ja te kojem P od...
Malo nešto muti.
Ja si sigurno da ti ne treba.
Ma jebi.
Zašto ne slučaj?
Zašto ne znaš što će ovo?
Ne.
Ja ne mogu ući, da najgore, nosim one cijeli direction. Ti su da ne možeš. Ja sam ujebo kilo.
Nemam pojma šta je.
Ja bi mi motoriš ili laser, brate.
I vas. Jel ti treba vas?
Ne, trenutno sam na 120.
Plus minus.
Ne, 120% vid, idiot.
Je.
I don't need glasses. I'm far away from glasses. Ja ti kad sam se usuro, nisam mogao pročitam zadnja 2 reda. Ne znam koji kurac se dešava, brate. I krene od doktor kada se smeje. A ja bio 4 metra dalje od linije sa koje sam čitao. I bi ga ja tako čitam. Jebate, ne mogu pročitam posljednje 2 reda.
Sarah?
Ovako.
Sare zavljaju, evo sad
So
radi.
I got this like issue, the
Samo se vrti na gori.
following signature couldn't be verified because the public key is not available.
Ništa nisam slušao, izvini. Samo sklon.
Okay.
Ne bih, kao, znaš ono. Ujebote. Ne, ja sam deadbo, nema me. Ja imam,
Ti imaš tada štitni.
I...
Ništa ne radim, jebate.
Idi na kod, nemoj. Ja sam, nemoj tako golice.
Ne. To napravno drugačije.
Kod Georgija odeš ti.
Ne treba ovo?
Uj, jebote.
Ma, bre.
Ti bi nešto palo dole, ne?
Bonus neki.
Ne, bolje, samo ovo je tuško.
Jesam. Nije ono.
Hvala, Gerić. Brat uzeo 6.000 na gladionici tamo na utakmici.
Na šta je uzeo, na šta?
Ne znam na šta, sve se posle gube na aparatima.
Pao sam 2 soma, teo sam da popizim.
Ostao 400 dinara kupio 2 smokija i cigare i ostalo.
Jole, ja sam odigrao Partizan 2.
Dobro, nisam volio ja da
Čuti, dobit ćeš brate. Ni kriv ni dužan ćeš dobiti brate. Nemoj brate, taj poraz me... Nije poraz, to je nešto da nismo ne bili. Imali smo 2-0, 88. minut. Oni su imali crveni karton, mi primimo 2 gola za 4 minuta. Ne mogu da verujem.
Znači onda uzeo sam Partizan pa ne ide to tako.
Šta ne?
Pa ne ide.
Šta ne ide?
Pa ne ide Partizan.
Partizan uvijek izove. Zove.
Ne.
Nekakav klijent nosio taj dres i te boje i fure mu da dan danas.
A vidiš. A da odlučno. Kad sve misle da će Zvezda padne, ja sam igrao na Zvezdi, Zvezda je pobedila.
Koga bre? Zvezda je primila 6 komada od Bayerna, čutiću.
Ne sad,
Kad?
Pa ne znam, pre neki mjesec.
Pre neki mjesec. Protiv koga?
Pa ne znam kako je to bio, brate.
A jeste Indija, pa vam je dečko zabio s 30 metara pa ste morali 2 penala nepostojeće da napravite da bi...
Ne znam ja, brate,
Ja znam, i sad ste dali gol iz offside-a. Opet. Ja ne mogu da verujem.
Što si nisi žalio?
Ne, znaš da sam skupio sve snimke ove sezone, koliko ima lažiranih.
I? Šta će snime?
Imam 23 minuta snimka, da ti vidi.
Stavi na svaki 30 sekundi jedna na YouTube-u i...
Ne,
profitira od toga.
ne zanima me, to je samo da nabladim vas bez naša da nameštate utakmice.
A, čovjek, ne.
Ne moram da vas ubedim, ja imam dokaz crvena bela, ali kako hoćete. Imate one kako se zove Dejnik debil, brate, skače, brate, 3 metra u offside, brate, zajebo Ivanu Španović, tamo ripa, ko kengur i svirao se penal, ajme beži. Kako se iznervirao? Šta ne igramo s Kriblijom?
Ne znam ja ko se zjeva ako igra. Ali ja mogu nek idem samo.
Ja sam glasao na Partizan. To je bilo 6 kad smo u partiji.
Ne znam još.
Znaš šta je 2 soma na kvotu 6?
To je, brate, spadaš odmah.
Ne, to je bilo debilna utakmica. To je 90.
Brate, ne znaš da si igra, evo sad ti pokažem kaj se kjesta bre.
A zato Partizan 2, čistu.
Pogledaj, evo ti drugi što sam dobio. Za 1000.
Pa si igrao basket.
Pa naravno, to mi je izlaz.
Si pička igra futbal.
Odjebi, to samo igram ako nešto već.
Kad zapravo možeš da razmišljaš čemu igraš, a ne u basketu lako igraš na Partizan i uvijek dobiješ.
Naravno. I ovo bilo za...
To je dobro.
Odjebi ga.
Ja ne znam vas koji igrate više 4 utakmice, zašto tako ne radi?
Ej, to je procena, statistika, ti...
Prijatelji, moj tečaj je živa kladionic.
Ako sam ja jedan prošao, 9 utakmica, 7 od 9 i 7 prošao.
Dobro, i to ti se desilo jednom. A on je svaki dan dizao po 300.000 kladionic. Sve ne dođe samo u Balkan
Znaš
B.
koliko je bio dobitak sa tih 7 utakmica? 50 dinara. 50 dinara.
To sam ja jednom odigrao.
Platio 100, dobio 150.
Ja sam jednom odigrao za 100, dobio sam 110, ja mislim.
Ja sam bio budal da igram, znači na Zvezdu. Kvota je bila 16 kad je bilo protiv Arsenala. Tako možeš odigrati. Ja sam igrao 1600
Brate, ja sam veliki fan navijački igre. Ako navijaš za klub, ma nema sile gdje bi ja stavio bilo koga protiv Partizana. Iako znam da će Real da ga dobi sigurno. Kec je kec, dvojka je dvojka, brate, Partizan je majka.
Uje.
Što je?
Ne mogu zašto su svi...
To je sve David. To je David machine.
What the?
David, why this doesn't work?
David, pokori mu laptop.
I don't know, something is not working on my computer, okay?
Why did I import a machine that doesn't work?
Why did you uncomment all the English?
Može ne.
Except the
Oh,
US.
let's continue. Georgie,
So many problems.
so many problems with open source. Yes.
So,
Unfortunately, this is how it is. So, if you want to use like a closed ecosystem, then you will have no problems. But you will have to pay. Yeah, like Apple.
Yeah,
That's
the
what-
paid part is the hard one.
Yes. And like you have to pay for everything. That's a big issue. And I was talking with Marco on Friday about this.
I don't know, I'm a fan of, I like to buy original software as a game
Yes,
and everything.
yes.
But I hate when they send you a software and then you have to buy 1,000 more
Additional, yes.
in-app purchases. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that could be a great problem, really. But all vendors are doing this.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yes.
što je ovo? Profit, ne? Gdje je to? To je data conference, a tako? Kada smo bili? Nas.
Kad sam bio mršao, šta si imao? 70 kila na stupu.
Dobro. Gdje si imaš?
Okay, so let's finish.
Ne, ja ne prešao tako.
Vidjet ćemo.
Mislim sad iz praktice.
Okay, what is going on? It doesn't work.
Well, now it has a like the UTF decoder doesn't work properly. It sends out some error. You good?
Yeah.
But it's the H machine.
I'm fixing it now.
Oh no, what did you do with
This.
slash PHP?
Errors. Oh, there's a dot over here.
Drug, malo.
Da,
Znam ga opet.
ali tad kad si imao poslu, neka je da se svički ovo
Yes, please. David, your image is corrupted.
Sad mi je već ako se nešto sam imao provjerili.
Okay, so let's continue, okay?
Is my image corrupted or the tracking corrupted image?
It's tracking it.
Oh, I don't know, it works, everything works here. I think it's only...
You know, the basic advantage of virtualization is one of the basic advantages is portability. So it does not depend
This is working now.
on the. Oh, please come in.
I came from the presentation.
Oh,
There's
okay.
nothing else.
For midterm,
Of course.
that's the most important part. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, I suppose. So who has presentations for tomorrow? For tomorrow. For tomorrow, nobody. For Wednesday, Sarah. And what about you, Georgi?
I didn't get a presentation.
Oh, you still didn't. Okay, I'll give you the third one. Okay, and George?
I don't have, but can I have it? Like, can I somehow catch up with the points? I mean, attendance points. Can I somehow balance?
Yes. Are you coming tomorrow?
100%.
100%. Can you do something for tomorrow?
Okay. Just you can see what I need to prepare. I'll prepare it. Because I have free time.
It's not going to be hard. Something easy.
Okay. Should I send the email?
No. I'll can tell you right now if you like.
Aha, okay. So just give me a second. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Very basic topic: VirtualBox network virtualization. So VirtualBox network virtualization.
Okay. За майна.
You should like describe all the modes that are available. and so on. Okay, is it fine?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so for tomorrow, because it's not like a big topic, and I think you will handle it easily. Okay, Georgi, how about for Wednesday?
Yeah,
The
okay.
third. Is it okay? Okay, so you'll watch these videos and everything. Okay, so for Wednesday, something like. Do you have any preferences? Okay, for Wednesday. Okay. So virtualization plus full virtualization. So you just give us a brief overview of virtualization technology, and then you pay us special attention on full virtualization. So you should explain what is full virtualization and so on. Okay? Okay, good. Thank you. So from Wednesday and Georgie for tomorrow. Okay, good. So I will continue for the next, I think, 15 minutes, because we have 2 presentations for today. Okay, and then we will have to continue this tomorrow, but it's okay. We have time. So, oh, it was recording all the time. Were you gossiping or something?
Well, you can check it out.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, of course. So let's continue with this installation, please. I really didn't want it to record all the time, but I'm going to just cut it. Okay, so let's continue. So last thing we installed was this, I think, XML RPC package. So let's continue. Sudo apt-get install PHP 7.1 -soap. It's server oriented application protocol. Then PHP 7.1 -apcu. Then PHP 7.1 Samba SMB client. Then PHP 7.1 LDAP. It's lightweight directory access protocol. Then PHP 7.1 -Redis software package. Then PHP 7.1 -GD. Then PHP 7.1 -XML. Then PHP 7.1 -Intel package. Then PHP 7.1 JSON package, then PHP 7.1 ImageGeek package, then PHP 7.1 MySQL package, then PHP 7.1 command line interface package, then PHP 7.1 mcrypt package, then PHP 7.1 zip package, and finally PHP 7.1 -curl package and -y. That's it.
Is this one?
Huh? A lot of packages. But you know, that's something that, like, when you start working on your projects, you will find tutorial on the internet for service, and you will explain all the steps in documentation. So basically, there are a lot of tutorials. Again, I'm going to give you a list of some like suggested services.
Is that for the final exam?
The final exam, the final project, yes. So 20 points will be the project plus documentation, and 10 points will be like oral examination from one presentation that we are going to skip for the second midterm exam. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the one over there, the GDE, I can't see the first. There's something before the GDE.
GD? No, just GD.
7.1-GDE.
GD, yeah, David, good.
But I have an error in there.
No, there is just the GD.
GD.
You have an error? 7.1. Oh, sorry. My bad. It's just GD without E. Just GD. Okay, good.
If we type PHP 7.1, will install, will it install all the
No,
packages?
no, that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
We have to enlist explicitly, you know, which packages we want to install. That's the problem.
Limit.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't there command to install all packages? No?
No, because no one knows what are all packages. It could like read from all sources, but it will take, I think, a lot of storage.
Yeah.
I cannot like terabytes of storage.
Yeah.
It's open source community.
Yeah, it's Linux installer.
Yes. Yes. May I hit enter?
What's the probability that it's going to be an error?
Well, there is substantial probability. We'll see. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Yeah, that's got spam.
Okay. 25% and counting. Okay, so these services are good because in this way we are like, I told you, we are working with the infrastructure, and also in the next course we are going to develop web services. So we are like, you know, making the whole DevOps circle. So infrastructure plus development. So, you know, that's like that's very prospective in the future, because the companies more and more are hiring DevOps. So persons who knows infrastructure plus development. And also we are going to do a lot of we are going to implement a couple of services on AWS. So please wait for the link. I sent request for the creation of the classroom, and as soon as this request will be approved, you will get the registration link. Okay, so what should I do? Should I like upload the whole video or to cut some parts? But you mean, huh?
Upload the whole video.
Okay, because it's for us, you know, so it doesn't matter. Okay, good.
It takes time to cut. You have to go through all the videos.
Yes, I know, yes. And these weeks I don't have enough time, really. Yeah, okay. So I think it's very useful because we are recording this. Okay, we should wait now. Okay, everything. And we're finishing one PhD thesis regarding this cloud scheduling problem I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's a very good problem. This is very prospective domain, because it basically includes everything. Really. Okay, so can we continue? Okay, the last thing for today. So Apache 2 is web server, and there is a special configuration file called php.ini, like we have in our XAMPP WAMP platforms. This file is the basic configuration file for the web server. Apache 2 is developed in PHP. So by tweaking some settings in this file, we can control the behavior of our web server. So regarding the OwnCloud, one of the most important features is the available storage on the server. It means that how many files of what size we can upload to our storage as a service, which is OwnCloud. So first we have to tweak those settings. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. So I'm going to execute nano command, and I'm going to tweak this folder apache2/php.ini. So this is the exact location where this php.ini file is located on our system. Of course, the settings depend on the service that we are installing. Okay, as you know, this is basic configuration file. It's older version than YAML. So every line that begins with a semicolon, all these lines are comments. Okay.
We're going to the bottom.
No, I'm just going to see, are there any, like, I didn't use this version of PHP server, and I'm going just to see, are there any changes in this file? Just briefly. Okay. Okay. I'm going to hit the Control and W to search for. First, I'm going to search for file uploads line, and please make sure that the value of this attribute is set to on. Okay. So basically, if we do not make this option available, we wouldn't be able to upload file storage as a server. So what's the point about all of that? Okay, then we would like to allow URL for opening files. What does it mean? It means that we want to be able to open files by using our web browser. So make sure that this option is on. Memory limit. Okay, this is a memory size that will be allowed for our OwnCloud services, but for all users. Okay, for all users. Okay, I'm going to put, like, I don't know, like 1000 megabytes, 1 gigabyte, it doesn't matter. M stands for megabytes. Also, we want to search for this command, display errors. Please make sure this option is set to off. You know why? Because if something gets wrong, OwnCloud procedures can, like, catch this exception or errors. So if this option is set to on, then the users will see this error.
Yeah.
The PHP would not be able to catch these errors. Okay. And finally, we want to make sure the time zone is correct. That's time zone of the server, not of the user. And I'm going to put, I'm going to remove this comment, and I'm going to put the value is Europe/Belgrade, because this is the location of our server. Okay, and finally Control X to exit, and Y uppercase, and enter. And finally, we are going to restore the Apache to sudo to see if everything is okay. Sudo systemctl restored apache2.service. Okay, it works. So I'm going to pause recording now, and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.